miss because I was taking care of my sick mother. It just happened, Emma. We didn't plan it. But after that, we couldn't stop thinking about each other. We tried to fight it, but there's something between us that's just different. Different. That word cut through me like a knife. What did he mean by different? Was I not enough? Had I never been enough? I asked him to leave. I couldn't bear to look at him anymore. He begged to stay, to talk it through, but I was firm. I needed space, time to think without him trying to justify his betrayal. Reluctantly, he packed a bag and left, saying he'd stay with his brother. The moment he was gone, I called Melissa. My hands were shaking as I dialed her number, part of me hoping that somehow this was all a misunderstanding, that Jason had been texting someone else using her name. But when she answered, her voice was small, guilty. She knew. "Emma, I'm so sorry," she began, already crying. "I never meant for this to happen. You have to believe me. Were you going to sleep with my husband this Friday?" I asked bluntly. Her silence was all the confirmation I needed. "How could you? You're supposed to be my best friend." "It just happened," she echoed Jason's words. "We didn't plan it. After that kiss, we tried to stop, but there was this connection." "Stop," I cut her off. "I don't want to hear about your connection with my husband. You both betrayed me in the worst possible way." She tried to explain more, but I hung up. I couldn't handle hearing her excuses. For the next few days, both Jason and Melissa bombarded me with calls, texts, and emails. They both wanted to explain, to apologize, to make things right. But how do you make something like this right? How do you rebuild trust after it's been so completely shattered? Jason came by to collect more of his things, and I forced myself to have a conversation with him. I needed answers, closure. Was it worth it? I asked him. Was throwing away 8 years of marriage worth a fling with my best friend? "It wasn't just a fling," he said quietly. "I think I'm in love with her." Those words knocked the wind out of me. Love? He loved her? When had this happened? How had I not seen it? Had I been blind this entire time? "How long have you felt this way?" I managed to ask. He shrugged, looking ashamed. "I don't know. It happened gradually. We started talking more when you were busy with work last year, and things just evolved. Last year, when I had taken on a huge project at work that kept me late at the office for months. While I was building my career, my husband and best friend were building a relationship behind my back. I want a divorce," I told him firmly. "I can't come back from this." He didn't fight me on it. Perhaps he'd already made his choice. Melissa. Not me. Update 1. It's been 2 weeks since I discovered my husband's betrayal, and I'm still struggling to make sense of it all. After our last conversation, Jason moved the rest of his things out of our house and into Melissa's apartment. They didn't even wait a decent interval before making their relationship public. According to mutual friends, they're already posting couple pictures on social media, as if the past 8